Dear world, welcome back to today's session. So in today's session, we'll be understanding the very basics of data structures and algorithm. So in very basics, we'll be mainly covering the three topics which are the most critical topics. Number one, we'll be covering is abstract data types that I found to be complicated for me. Second, that I will be covering is asymptotic notations. We finish entire data structures and algorithms, still we don't get the idea about the asymptotic notations, why it's important. So we'll be covering the second topic. And third, we will be observing towards the master theorem. Master theorem is a very short algorithm, very short theorem, still it has a very huge impact. So in this session, we'll be observing those three important topics one by one. So in today's session, we'll be studying the abstract data types. So let's start. So this is index that we will be studying abstract data types, declaration of data, declaration of operation, then asymptotic notation. Then we will be understanding the analysis, post case, best case, average case, etc. Then the master theorem. So let's start with abstract data types. So try to understand what is abstract data types. If we study here, this is abstract data types. If we just try to divide the word that abstract, that means what? Abstraction or type of encapsulation. That means this is a data type. That is a data type that encapsulates everything within itself, and it only deals with what type of data and what operations that is. That means we can call it, this is a data type, a special data type, a special data type. What only deal with one factor, that is what? It only deal with one factor, that is called the what factor. The what factor. So whenever we'll be studying the abstract data types, we'll be studying what? If you just study the definition here, an abstract data types defines what data is stored and what operations can be performed on it without worrying about how it's implemented. That means here we will be considering about what data is stored. We will be considering about what data is stored. Let's say you might be thinking, what are data? So data are, let's say, integer a equals to 10, b, c, d, etc. So these are the data. And the operation. So you know the operations, plus, minus, division, etc. These are the operations. So this is a data type where we only care about the data and the operations. So when we will be only considering about the data, only the data and the operations, we will be calling them abstract data type. So only data and operations. So when we will be considering about the only data and the operations type, we have no meaning about how it's implemented. We care about what data we are defining and what operations we are performing. These are called abstract data type. I know you will be not getting the things clearly in your head. So okay, don't worry. Now let's analyze it further. The more we will analyze, you will get it better inside your mind. So first you should know one thing, that in abstract data types we only deal with the what factor. We only deal with this what factor. So now let's look into the next slide. First, here we have declared the data, declaration of data, type of elements. So these are the type of data that we have declared. So there can be etc, integer, string, objects, etc. Sequence tree, graph, these are some structures. And declaration of operations. So this is the declaration of operation. So whenever we declare a function, what we do? Let's say we want to declare a function integer add. So this is a function, and here we are providing two parameters, integer a and integer b, and there is, let's say, return a plus b. So if you try to understand, this is a function, that is entire a function block. And here what we are passing, if we call this function from outside somewhere from the main function, so we will be just calling like this, add 5,6. We are passing it. So what we are passing to data here. Notice the what factor here. What we are passing here, we are passing to data here, the 5 and 6, that is 1. And what we are doing here, what operation we are performing? The addition operation we are performing. So addition is the operation. So we are passing what data and what operations. and what operations and what operations. So we are passing those two important things, that what data and what operation. Now it will go, it will perform, and it will automatically calculate 5 plus 6 equals to 11. It will return us the value 11. So we get an output. So this is what's told here, that we specify the operation name, we have specified the operation name, we provide input parameters, 5 6 is input parameters, and we get the return type. From here we got 11 return as integer data type, and description, that is expected behavior, so we can write anything that we got integer. So try to understand what we did. We first defined the data types and we then defined the operation. So this is our customized operation, but in abstract data type we will be only calling the operations name. We don't care what is this, and that operation will perform that action. So let's move into more important. Now look, declaration of operations. I have already provided some operations, push, pop, pick. So if you are freshers, you will not be understanding those operations, and if you have already graduated, so you will be understanding those operations. So these are nothing but these are the operations of stacks and queues. So that is a topic that you will be studying later, that is stack. So that is important. So we can call it stack is an abstract data types, because if you perform any operation here, push of item, we don't care here about what data, what functions are involved. Let's say there is, we want to store 5 6 7 8 etc. So what we will be doing, we will be just performing the actions, push of 5. So this is a stack, and once we call this function push of 5, this 5 will go inside it and it will get stored here, push of 5. If we again call push of 6, the 6 will go inside here and it will get substituted here, so this is 6. If you call the 5 6 7, now we are calling the push of 7. So again this data will come here and this. So what is happening here, we are calling some function, that is we are calling some operation, and we are passing the data. So we are caring about here, we are caring about what operations, we are caring about the factor what operations, and we are caring about the another factor what data. So we are only caring about this what factor, we don't care about the how factor. We don't care about this how factor. This type of operation, this type of data types is called abstract data types. So if we now perform next operation, pop, simply we are calling pop. So what it will do, pop just removes the topmost item, so it will just pop the topmost item. 7 is popped, so we will get here 7. If you again perform pop, so we will get 6. Are we, just try to ask your question, are we caring how this operation is performed? No, we are only calling the operations on the standard stack class. So these data types, these are called abstract data types. So here we can call it that stack is abstract data types. Standard queue, that is defined inside any library of any programming language, that is also abstract data types under that language. So these are the abstract data types. Now we are combining the two factors, that is abstract data types is declaration of data and declaration of operations. So that is the abstract data types. So okay, in this lesson we have already covered the declaration of data and declaration of operations. In the next upcoming session we will be observing the asymptotic notation, the second important factor in this lesson, and the basics of data structures and algorithms. So let's meet in the next session to understand the asymptotic notation.